One more minute. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'd like to welcome all of you to meeting number 321 of Speakers Den Toastmasters Club. My name is Toastmaster Lalita, and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind that some parts of the meeting will be recorded and it might be used in the promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some of the ground rules that we'll be following during the course of the meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt while someone is speaking. Third, please be mindful when you're addressing sex, religion, and politics during the course of the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting and support and encourage your fellow speakers by turning on your camera, warm smiles and claps. As you're aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide a mutually supportive environment so that each of the members can develop their leadership and communication skills. Now, every meeting has a theme, and today's theme is unknown. So with this, I would like to welcome the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, and a very good morning to one and all. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing today?
Super.
People on the people online, as Lalita just said, you can mute yourself, but now's the time you can mute yourself. Without the essay being like taking a note and writing you a note, a penalty for that. So today's meeting is unknown. What does unknown mean? Does that mean that I have no idea what the meeting is going to be about? Or does that mean that I have no idea what the theme is? Well, I had the same doubt. But before we move further and talk more about what is in today's meeting, let us talk a little bit about what is Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? And I think, yeah, the screen now agrees with me. It's back. Yes, right time. So can anyone tell me when was Toastmasters established?
1924.
1924, that's the right answer, Anjani. So Toastmasters was started by a gentleman called Ralph C. Smedley in 1924 at YMCA, California, Santa Ana. And since then, it's been spread across the globe in over more than 190 plus countries and has thousands of members across the globe who meet like we are meeting today, online, hybrid, offline, to make sure they come together and learn from each other because it's a peer learning group. Because as they say, practice makes a man perfect, but nobody is perfect. So we come together, practice here, fight our inner demons to make sure that we overcome our shyness. We make sure that we become more confident and become a better public speaker and leader. As our Sergeant at Arms stated, the Toastmaster mission is to provide a mutually supportive and a positive learning environment. So we are here to do that in this hot summer. We make sure that we will cool you with our wits throughout this meeting and hope you enjoy this meeting to the fullest. Now coming towards the Speakers Den. We are here at Speakers Den. You know, right? Everyone is here at Speakers Den, correct? Anyone else at a different club meeting? Joined the wrong link by mistake? All right. So we are here at Speakers Den Toastmasters, which was a Toastmaster club and used to be one of the advanced Toastmaster club when it was started back in 2012, and it's been more than a decade now. When it was started, this club used to have a criteria that you need to have at least completed 10 traditional CC manuals. Like you need to be an advanced speaker to join this club. But then Toastmasters changed its way of working, introduced pathways, and now this club is open to all, for people from all walks of life, all fields, everything. So we have people here from corporate sector, we have people from government sector, we have people working in Indian Army as well. So it's a great place to meet people coming from different backgrounds, from different places. People from Bangalore, in Bangalore also like faraway places, and people also joining from the North India, like Gurgaon and Noida. So yes, now we have all of this in place. Let me welcome all of you to a meeting number 321 with the bang of this gavel, and today I remember to carry my hammer. And the meeting number 321 is in session. A big round of applause. All right. I do see that we have a couple of guests with us in the meeting today, and there are two guests online as well, 2 or 3. So let me first start by by asking our guests to introduce themselves to the club. So let me start with Hitesh, who has been a guest in this club before, a long time back, probably before the Big Bang. So Hitesh, would you be kind enough to come on camera and introduce yourself to the club in 30 seconds or less?
Hey everybody, my name is Hitesh and I am from Gujarat. I live in Gandhinagar and I keep visiting this club because I like the vibe here, I like the people here. So once again, I'm here with all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this meeting. And thank you, Tanmay, for inviting me. Thank you.
Welcome to the club, Hitesh. Glad to have you here. Next, may I please request Sucheta to come on camera and mute herself and introduce herself to the club.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I will not be able to come on camera.
No worries.
Okay, so I think a very long time back, I attended the Speakers Den meeting, and it's been a quite long time since Is my voice audible? Okay.
Yes.
But it was not audible. That's why you came here. Okay. So just curious to see what's the unknown, and maybe participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Sucheta, for introducing yourself to the club. A big round of applause. Next, may I please request Mehul to please come here and introduce yourself to the club. Just a second. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Mehul. By passion, I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, but like I got stuck in the corporate world. A week ago, I decided to quit my job. So here I am again to explore myself, to speak again, to write again. And I'm very excited to be a part of this club. And yeah, looking forward to, visit as a speaker or as something else next time and not just as a guest. Thank you.
Thank you, and glad to have you here, Mehul. And good to know that you decided to explore the unknown by taking a leap of faith, and hope it works really well for you. Good luck to you for that. Next, may I please request Samsung A30 to come on camera. And Samsung A30, if you are there, can you please come on camera and tell us your real name as well as your introduction? I guess there are some challenges over there. No worries, we'll circle back. We also have one more guest. So Mansi, will you please introduce yourself to the club?
Hi everyone, I'm Mansi Birla. I'm Tanmay's friend and just joined as a guest, but I'm very curious to know about more about this club. So let's see if I can join more meetings. I am a textile engineer by profession, new to Bangalore, exploring myself as well and the Bangalore as well. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Mansi. Welcome to the club. And she wants to know that what is keeping me from ditching all the plans on Sundays. That's why she is here. Let's let the truth be out in the public. Yeah. So yes. So now any other guests? Samsung A30, if you can hear us, give us a wave or something. Well, let that be unknown. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the guests, for introducing yourself to the club, and glad to have you here. Good to know that there are folks joining in from Gujarat, folks who have taken a leap of faith from corporate, and folks who really want to know what happens on Sundays. So yes, welcome everyone here. Today's meeting number 321. A number, the starting numbers 1, 2, 3 just reversed. It's a good number. Like for any math nerd, it would spark your interest. For everyone else, it's unknown. I'd like to tell you a brief story about today's theme. So, my VP PR, Toastmaster Mansi and Toastmaster Velavan, they were asking me what is the theme. We want to create a poster. And I was like, I am not sure what's the theme. I have not yet decided. And then it struck me, it's unknown to me. So why not let the theme be unknown? So I told them today's theme is unknown. They created a poster. Like you have seen the poster. There is a photo of me. I look like pretty handsome, I guess. There's a photo of me. Don't laugh, Lalita. I know. There's a meeting number. There are contact details, everything. And in the theme, they wrote just a white space, like a blank, a placeholder. I asked them, and Mansi messaged me like pretty late night on Wednesday or something. Then please tell us please tell us the theme. What's the theme? And I just reference back that message in WhatsApp, like reply to my own message like this. She was like, okay, I know the theme is unknown, but have you decided yet? I was like, the theme is unknown in the double quotes. And then it was a fun banter. So yeah, now the theme is unknown. Let me ask you a question. Okay. How many of you fear the unknown? Everyone fears the unknown? Why?
Probably we're not prepared for the situation and we have more fear in what happens, fear of the consequences of that.
So we have a fear of consequences of not knowing what will happen next. Mehul, any thoughts?
I just went ahead with everyone. I'm not afraid of the unknown.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy, my man. Yeah. Some people are afraid of unknown. Some people take it as a challenge. Some people take it as adventure. People online, you can also unmute yourself and add to this topic. Why do you fear the unknown?
We fear the unknown mainly because we are not prepared for a particular situation, and that it comes all of a sudden when it's most unexpected.
That's true. Because we are not sure, we are not prepared. And as a human, we like to be prepared. We like to anticipate what will happen next. We want to know how we can plan the best thing for something. If we are going somewhere on a trip, most of the folks, 99% of the folks, by statistic, plan their itinerary to the minus, like littlest detail, that I would be here at 11:05. We leave this from 11:10. But that, if that ever happens, like in my experience, that never happens. But sometimes, if you have been in a situation where you're not sure what's going to happen next, for example, let's say, how many of you are backbenchers in college or school? Backbenchers, hands, raise your hands, because generally the teacher used to stand us up, but now only the hands. And remember when we were sitting in the back benches, eating our lunches in the middle of the classes, and just chatting with our friends, and teacher used to say, Tanmay, you, next passage. And we didn't know which passage we are on. Like every passage is the next passage for me. What am I going to read? And that particular thing that the teacher is going to ask us to stand. Hey, welcome to the club. Please grab a seat. So that was what was unknown. And we were always like fearful of that. So what we used to do is, we used to count the number of seats that are remaining. Passage 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that our passage is going to be 17. But sometimes what happened, teacher used to call us in the middle. After 7, there is and we start reading passage number 17. So the Shakespeare said that, and the Shakespeare has not been in the picture yet. It was still 15, it was not 1526, it was some 13 time, and the Shakespeare is not even born, but we are at Shakespeare. Because we like to be prepared. Before I move further, let me talk to you another guest.
Not just.
Oh, sorry.
I remember for 1 month, Praneeth.
Oh, Praneeth, sorry. I think you have been in the meeting before as well, right? Yeah, I just. Yeah. Sorry for the. So we have Praneeth in between as well. And he is one of the most latest members to the club. So welcome to the offline meeting and welcome to the hybrid meeting. Now, let me give you a different scenario. Okay, we talked about being unprepared with itineraries while we are planning the travel. We talked about being unprepared when we are in a class, teacher asks us to read the passage. But let us talk about when we are prepared and still something unknown happens. Let's say you stay in Whitefield. Okay, now that's not a very far-fetched station, but a far-fetched place. And you have an interview scheduled at Majestic. Okay. You plan your day out. Your interview is scheduled at 11 a.m. You say that, okay, the Google shows the traffic is going to take me 3 hours, which seems less by Bangalore standards. So you plan, okay, by 11, I should start by 7 and would be there. You take a bus. It was an AC bus, 335E. You board the bus from the Hope Farm Junction. You travel to Mahathalli, and then suddenly you got to know there was a strike of water tankers and your bus is stuck. What happens next? What is the emotion that overcomes you? Fear, anxiety. panic because we are not sure what's going to happen. And we are in a situation where we can do nothing about it. What can you do? You can deboard the bus, walk. You can try to call a cab, but it's not going to come because it's Bangalore. The cab drivers have their own mind, right? And if it's raining, God save you. So what should we do when we are put in a situation where we have no control over it? We are in the unknown. What do we do? Anyone? Mehul is the right person to answer that question.
You like to smoke and you figure it out from there. You like to smoke and you figure it out from there.
Smoke your worries, man. No one heard what he said. Whenever we are faced with the unknown and we know we can do nothing about it, the best thing to do is calm down, take a deep breath without the smoke. Make sure that you are in a calm state of mind. Because all the problems in the world can be solved if you are thinking clearly. And then think about whether it's a problem that you can solve or not solve. If it is a problem that can be solved, for example, the passage, you use the math, you logic, and come to a conclusion, find a solution. But if it's a situation like the bus stuck in a traffic, you have an interview, what should you do? You can do nothing about the bus situation. You do nothing about the traffic. So you just drop an email to the, you just call your recruiter, drop an email or something that, hey man, I'm very sorry to cancel it, but can you please reschedule it to maybe in the second half or something because I am at Marathal. You can check on the Google Maps, it's stuck. And probably he would be in the next bus next to you. So he would understand. Been there, done that. So yes, talking from the experience. Yeah, with the conductor. So yes, this is what's the unknown. But let's explore what's known today before talking much about the unknown. Let me welcome our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Sankhya, the heartbeat of the Speakers and Toastmaster Club, who has broken up with Bangalore and now moved to Noida and sent us all the heat from Noida because Bangalore is as hot as hell or probably Noida. So yes, Toastmaster Sankhya, general evaluator of the day, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanmay. And I can see there is definitely the heat has started off, when you started off with the unknown topic. And that gives a lot of buzz about what is going to happen in the meeting. Now, as my role of the general evaluator for today's meeting, I will be conducting an kind of an audit or a feedback. Not an audit, that's the wrong term. I will observe very minutely from the beginning till the end what's going to happen. But as you know, the feedback is always preferable. So I will be giving a feedback that how the meeting went, what went well, what could have been improved on. Now, to help me with this role, I have a team of 3 musketeers, popularly known as the tag team, with the timer, R-counter, and the grammarian. So for the timer, let me welcome Toastmaster Brijesh to explain his role as a timer. Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Good morning, all. So as a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red card, which denotes specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. So I will be showing you cards. So this is green card, which I will be showing after 5 minutes for a speech. This is yellow card, which I will be showing after 6 minutes. And this is red card at 7 minutes I will show. Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brijesh. Now, for my second Musketeers, may I request Toastmaster Pragya to please present your objective.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Shankya. I'll be serving as the or taking the role for our counter. So as an our counter, my purpose would be to note down any overused or filler words or sounds that will be used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. So when I say filler words, the examples include and, but, so, So all these words I'll be noting down, and at the end of the meeting, I would reveal the number of filler words that have been used by every participant, and that will be helpful for you to understand. For you to understand to improve your speech delivery. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pragya. Now, my third Musketeers for the day, which I'm very afraid of for this particular role, because it's all about grammar. So let us welcome Toastmaster Chetna as the grammarian for the day.
Thank you, Sankhya. Today, I'm taking up the role as a grammarian. As a grammarian, I would be making note of the good usage and not so good usage words or sentences used by each speaker. I would also make a note of all the outstanding quotes, sayings, and words used by the speaker. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So the word of the day for today is fascinate, which means to have someone's complete interest and attention. The children were fascinated by the story. Request each speaker to use the word of the day. I shall put that word of the day in the chat box. Request each speaker to use it for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetna. And with that, I'm really fascinated to pass on the baton now to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, General Director Toastmaster Sankhya and the TAC team. Thank you for explaining your role to the club and making sure that everyone understands what your role is going to be in today's meeting. Now, talking about today's meeting, it is not unknown what a standard Toastmaster meeting is, but for the benefit of our guests, let me reiterate. Every Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 segments. Segment 1 is prepared speeches, where people select a speech from their pathway, like based on what they have completed and what is the next. And based on that objective, they prepare a speech of 5 to 7 minutes and share it with the audience. The idea is to provide a speech and get a feedback so that everyone can improve themselves, because there's always scope for improvement. And today would not be different from that. Second segment is going to be table topics, or what we used to call in schools impromptu speaking. We will be given a topic on the spot by a wonderful table topic master, and we have to speak on it for 1 to 2 minutes. And last segment would be the feedback segment, because nothing is complete without the feedback loop. The last segment would be feedback, in which our evaluators today, including General Evaluator and the team, will be providing their feedback on today's meeting and make sure that everyone take a note of that and make sure that these learnings are incorporated in the next meeting or in the next speech that you are doing in any setting, personal or professional. Now with this, let us start with the first section of today's meeting, the prepared speeches. For today's meeting, we have one speaker who is going to provide a speech. And before introducing the speaker, let me introduce the evaluator for the speaker. May I please request Toastmaster Vishal to provide the speech objectives for the speaker. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanmay. And good morning, my dear friends and fellow Toastmasters. Today, my target speaker is someone who I heard as to TMOD, as various role takers, and I always feel fascinated by the way he speaks. My target speaker is none other than Toastmaster Abhishek. Toastmaster Abhishek will be attempting his L3P3 speech, and his pathway is dynamic leadership. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspire others. And the second fold of this purpose is to present his speech for the member and inspire all of us as the audience. With this purpose, I would like to invite Toastmaster Abhishek on stage to have a quick audio video check.
Is it audible?
Toastmaster Abhishek, can you repeat after me? It's a hot summer day, 3, 2, 1, as in our
It's a-
meeting number.
It's a hot summer day, 3, 2, 1.
Can you do with action? Like 3, 2, 1.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Evaluator, can you please confirm if he is audible and visible?
Yes, it's audible.
Perfect. Action. Toastmaster Abhishek. Toastmaster Abhishek, action.
What if I tell you there is a magic to achieve more with less effort? Can anyone tell? Or anyone from the childhood have thought that they can achieve more with less effort? Anyone? Or Toastmaster Chetna?
In some instances, I feel that, yeah, you can achieve more with the less efforts when you do a smart work than working, too hard and beating around the bush and trying to do the same task over and over again.
Okay.
And also by changing the method in which you're doing the things.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. So the philosophy of action demands if we don't pull the arrow of mind backwards, then it will not go further ahead. So it's a skill in doing things where we pull, just like we pull the arrow 6 inches backwards, it will go flying ahead 12 inches or 30 inches. And if someone tells that I don't have time to pull the arrow backwards, then they can throw arrow there only, and it will go only 2 or 3 feet. Similarly, if you don't have time to meditate, then what will happen? I can draw an analogy on this. Suppose you go to a market where only cash is accepted and you don't go to bank, then what will happen? You will roam around the market whole day and you will suffer. You cannot buy anything. You will suffer. So the technique of going to market is 10 minutes to bank so that you can have cash or money. Then you can enjoy the whole market and you can purchase everything. Similarly, if we don't have our mind full of energy and happiness, full of focus and concentration, then how it will go outwards and face the challenges? By the evening, it will be very stressed and strained. And in that way, we will achieve less by putting more effort. Lot of time in my personal experience also, I have seen that whenever I just wake up and I don't pull my mind inwards, then I putting more effort and achieving less because my mind is distracted. I'll work for 10 minutes, then 2 minutes, I'll just scroll here and there, then scroll chat something. So the most important thing is we should pay more attention to pulling our mind backwards, because whenever our source of thought is at quantum field, then whatever we want can be achieved. And that is the basic Vedic education which our ancient rishis, they adopted, they followed, they invented, I would say they invented. And as you can see, grass automatically it grows. They don't put any effort. Birds also automatically they fly. Similarly, stars they glitter, and birds also they fly. Everything happens automatically without any effort. It's an effortless effort. So the ancient Vedic education is put less effort and accomplish more. And what is the major advantage as a personality that will impact the society? Anyone they can think of how it will impact the society also? Toastmaster Sankhya?
Without the effort, I mean, with the effort that we get it, if we are everybody, we put the effort, then of course there will be changes, and with the changes, there can be improvement as well.
Yeah. So here, when we put our effort, some effort to put our mind backwards into a source of thought, which is quantum field, then that will help us to introspect more, to come up with new, that will increase our wisdom also. And in that sense, whatever decision we are making or whatever things we are thinking, that will be non-biased. As you can see, a lot of politicians, a lot of people, I will say, for example, I'll just name like Arvind Kejriwal. He has done from IIT and he is also an IS. But then also a lot of his remarks are biased because he has just put his effort outwards, just 12 hours, 14 hours working. He didn't have time to put his mind inwards. So one of the another advantage of Vedic education, which I like to emphasize, is that it helps us to think in a broader way. It helps us to think clear with clear objective, with more deep insight, to think inwards. That is another advantage. Similarly, you can see also our Chief Justice of India. In spite of being Chief Justice, lot of people they have told his judgment is unrealistic and biased also. So we can see the golden age of India was when people they put their mind inwards so that they can go out and accomplish more. And that was the golden age. The way they achieved more. They are very relaxed, with no strain, with complete bliss. And all the things, whatever they did, they were very happy and they were very full, they were fascinated with the way they work. With that, I would like to just summarize, pull the arrow of your mind backwards so that you can enjoy life and accomplish more. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, for sharing your views and opinions on today's topic with a wonderful display of action. Now, the time is 11:43, and before we move forward to the next section of table topics, I would like to take 2 to 3 minutes of bio break because it's very hot here. So people, be back in 2 minutes. Resuming the meeting. Thank you, Sankhya. Before I move forward the table topics, I see that we do have a couple more guests in the online. So let me please welcome Alap and Nazim, I guess, son of boss. Are you Nazim? Hi. Alap, can you please come on camera and introduce yourself to the club in 30 seconds or less?
Yeah, sure. One moment, let me give access. Am I
Yes,
visible
you're
or
audible.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Alap. So this is the first time I'm attending an Toastmasters meeting outside my club. I just saw in the WhatsApp group and I thought I'll just drop by and see how it's run. So just happy to be a part of it.
Welcome to the club, Alap, Toastmaster
Yeah.
Alap. And which club are you from?
I'm from TCS Chevy Orators.
TCS Metri.
Yes.
All right. Welcome to the club. Next, may I please request son of boss to please introduce yourself to the club along with your name, please. You are on mute.
Hi everyone, my name is Najim Saqib. This is my first time in Toastmasters and I'm from a city called Mangalore.
I'm glad to have you here, Najim. I think we have been in connection for quite some time, and
Yeah.
glad to have you here finally in the meeting as the guest.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Welcome to the club. So now we will be moving forward with the next segment of today's meeting, which engages everyone. And for that, we have our wonderful lady of the club, who was also a sergeant dance today, and who has never backed down from taking any roles. And she did not have plans to come today to today's meeting, and that's what I was asking her. But then she was like that club needs her, and she is here. So may I please request Toastmaster Lalita to please come as table topics master. Welcome to the club. Just a second. All set.
So good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Toastmaster Lalita, and I'll be the table topic master for today. So table topic session, this is a kind of an impromptu speaking session where the table topic master would be giving you a topic and you get 10 seconds of time to think, and you have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and for a maximum of 2 minutes. And you'll have another 30 seconds to wrap up the speech. So our timer, he'll share a screen. The moment you cross 1 minute, it's going to change to green color. And when you cross 1 minute, 30 seconds, it will be yellow color. And when you cross 2 minutes, it will be red color. So can we start now? So who would like to volunteer first? Would you try like to? So the topic, yes, please come on the stage. So your topic would be, if you had to write a book, what topic would you choose? If you had to write a book, what topic would you choose? What do you want? Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, am I audible? Timer, can I start? Okay, so thank you, table topic master, for that topic. If I could write a book, what topic would I choose? Is a topic that I've been given today. Well, luckily for all of us, I have written a book which is available on Amazon by the name of Dying Love. So a small backstory to this book itself. When I wrote this book, I was 15, 16 years old, and I'd fallen in love for the first time. Now, as a 15, 16-year-old, my concept of love was very vague, very messed up. And I thought a 6-month, 1-year anniversary gift would be great if it is given in the form of a book. So that is how I wrote a book. This book is about how this is a very childish book about love, about how, things can be difficult, but it is your choice to hold on. If you hold on, you hold on. If you don't hold on, you don't hold on. The only thing that you shouldn't do is try to hold on or keep trying to hold on. So shameless marketing over here. Please buy my book. It's called Dying Love. You can go to Amazon, type Dying Love, my first name, and you'll find the book. It's pretty cheap and I'll get royalty. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
As they say, if you want to be in love with someone, love anyone, but you want to be a model, love an artist, a writer, or
Right. It's really nice to hear, you've written a book that at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Great. So next, would like to volunteer.
May I know his name? Hello.
Sorry?
May I know his name? Name?
Yeah, Mehul. Mehul.
Mehul.
Yes, Mehul.
Okay, thanks.
Mehul. So next, would you like to try? Toastmaster Praneeth, right? Okay. So your topic would be, what is one thing you would like to change about the world? What is one thing you would like to change about the world?
Okay. First of all, thank you, Toastmaster, for this table topic session and this opportunity. What is one thing that I would change about this world? Okay, so there is this saying, the world has everything for every man's need, but not enough for a single man's greed. So I think if we look around our country right now, there's a lot of mess going on in our surrounding countries. There is a lot of corruption and economic collapse in Pakistan, which Sri Lanka has gone through a couple of months back. And the political situation is very bad right now in Myanmar. And also we have a couple of wars going on between Ukraine and Russia, and similarly, there is a lot of heat between Iran, Iraq, and American nations. I think a lot of this deals down to the need for like power for each and every country, and like when it comes to corruption, it would be something like whoever is in authority wants to have as much power and money as much as possible when they are in authority, and like similarly, when it comes to countries, you can see like whether when it comes to current war between Russia and Ukraine, Russia wants to capture a couple of regions in Ukraine and show its power, like take its land back. So I think the world would be a much better place if humans are more empathetic, and if they're more empathetic and have less greed and like less lust for power. So yeah, that's what I would change about this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Praneeth, for sharing your thoughts on this topic. So next, I would like to volunteer. Anyone online? Right. Alap Jairam, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So your topic would be, is a little knowledge a dangerous thing? Is a little knowledge a dangerous thing?
Okay. Thank you, Table Topic Master. So let me tell you a story back in my school days. Okay. So I did my schooling actually outside India, a place you all know, it's famous for tourism. It's called Dubai. So when you are in school, the thing was like, we always have a game spirit every week. So what happens is that like most of the time we only have weekly once to go out. So whatever extracurricular activities there, when somebody comes to ask for volunteers or participation, as a not a studious student, I would put my name, even I have no idea what is the event is. I just reach the area, then I realized, okay, this is something I don't know, this is not my cup of tea. So this is a story where I gave my name for extempore speech. So for those who don't know what is extempore speech, is like you will be picking some topics in your hand from a bowl and you'll be getting a topic. So when the day arrived where I picked it, and the idiom I got was what the Table Topic Master said: little knowledge can be dangerous. So the thing is, I know when you are going to do something, you might not have the complete knowledge, but you feel like even though the small knowledge you have, you can overpower somebody with having more knowledge. The thing, you feel kind of overconfident as well as superior. But thing is, things can drastically lead to something which you may not expect. So my simple advice is, if you know very well about a particular topic, you can share. But if you only have a small idea of the topic, it's better to keep it yourself and learn more and be open towards it rather than sharing those small knowledge with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this wonderful story with all of us. So next, I would like to volunteer. Would you like to give a try? Okay. Any guess are there? Son of boss, I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Nazim.
Nazim, would you like to give a try? Is he there? No. Okay. Toastmaster Venkatesh, would you like to volunteer?
Yes.
Okay. So your topic would be, if you could travel back in time, which is the period would you like to go back and why? I'll repeat. If you would travel back in time, which is the period would you like to go back and why?
Thank you for giving such a beautiful topic to me. If I have a power to go back to life, I will go to my school days. There, there I was learning so many things, and I do not have any pressure from my family, or I do not have much responsibility at that time. I was enjoying in studies and talking with friends and doing a lot of hard work in every field, like in education and in sports also. And I am able to win so many in both the fields, in education also and in sports. But the day passes, and in my home I am the elder. I do not have a father, and when the time passed and my responsibility increasing day by day, and I was and I was very fond, like how I was
Lost. Yeah.
I was audible or not?
Yeah, we lost you for a few seconds.
Okay. Can I continue now?
Yes.
Okay. Now the day passed, and after finishing my graduation, now I have the responsibility to bear good in government sector exams, and I'm audible now.
Yes, you are audible, Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Yeah. And now I have the responsibility to get a job as soon as possible to support my family and my younger brother also. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. So agreed, childhood days are supposed to be the best part of any person's life. So next, Toastmaster Pragya, would you like to volunteer? Pragya? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So your topic is how to annoy a sibling.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. I think this would be my favorite topic. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Yeah, can you please come on camera?
Yes, okay. Yeah, so thank you for the topic. And I think this couldn't have been more, couldn't have been a better topic that is close to my heart, how to annoy a sibling. I have a younger sibling, and I have a brother. And growing up, we used to tease each other for every single thing, and that was a very amazing time. And what I believe that as a younger brother, I have got a friend to I've got a friend with whom I can share every single thing as a friend and as a as a partner in crime, I would say. So the best thing is to pick up the weaknesses and then use it in front of the parents to kind of take the fun for the moment. So that is how you annoy. I mean that was how I used to annoy my brother. And what I would say, and what I feel that as a brother, I mean as a younger sibling, you also get someone with whom you can share your experiences. It's not about annoying, it's about also sharing your experiences with him. And growing up, you have so many shared feelings and shared circumstances that you grow up with. So that becomes a very joyful experience growing up in a family. So yeah, I think that is that is the best part of having having a sibling or having a brother or a sister. So yeah.
So she's done. Thank you, Pragna. Thank you for sharing all these wonderful stories. And next, who would like to volunteer? Sucheta?
I can give it a try, but I will not be able to come on camera.
Sure, Lalita.
That's fine. That's fine. So, what is your fondest memory of school? What is your fondest memory of school?
My fondest memory of school. Actually,
Yeah, even I was expecting Suchita to come up. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, please carry on.
There are so many memories. I can say countless memories during my school days. One of them was, during my 10th standard. We had a social science teacher. She used to come to the class and she used to talk about all that geography and everything. And I somehow my liking was not towards that social science. And along with me, I had few of my friends as well. So particularly in her period, I used to always be sit in the first bench. I used to probably move to third or fourth bench. And when she's teaching, me and my friends, we used to pass chits to each other by writing all the messages. That was one of the memories which I had during my 10th standard. And fortunately, I have not got caught even one time doing that kind of task. And the second memory was during the lunch break. Like me and my friends, from from my 8th, 9th, and 10th, we used to all go to the playground, and we used to sit under a tree, and we used to have our lunch. So at that point in time, we had so many conversations and so many things to discuss about. So that was another memory, which was unforgettable. And I wish I had those days, because lunch break was a time where we used to chit chat and share our thoughts with each other without any inhibitions, and also where we were free enough to walk around the whole school and explore things. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. I think you took everyone back to our school days. So next, Sucheta, would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, I can just give it a try.
Okay. So 3 surprising facts about you.
Okay.
Sucheta, can you come on camera?
I'm not able to come on camera.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So 3 surprising facts about me. Okay, so one of the facts. Thank you for giving me this topic and making me think, because I have not thought until now what can be so interesting. So, but I think one thing is probably you can wake me up at any time of the day and tell me to drive somewhere to go someplace, that I can do it. The second thing is, I don't know whether it's interesting or not, is probably I like to explore old markets. Like, for example, in Delhi's old market, the KR market. I don't know, I get a different pleasure out of like discovering gems in the city. So probably that's the second thing. And third thing is, probably I cannot cook, but I can definitely convince someone to cook for me, and the food to my liking. So that is probably the 3 things. I'm not sure whether I cannot see the timer. Do I still have time?
Yes.
Yes, you have time. Your time is
Yes,
up,
yes.
but you still have time.
No, what I meant is the green card already shown?
But you have time. You can speak.
Okay, I actually don't have much topic, but thank you for giving this topic and making me think. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sucheta. It was really nice to know about you. So next, I would like to volunteer. Only Anjani? Okay. Anjani, would you like to give a try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is your fondest memory of school? Oh, sorry. If you're Prime Minister of a day, what would you do?
If I thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, ma'am, to give me wonderful opportunity to speak on a topic that if I got a chance to be a one day Prime Minister, ma'am.
Yes, Prime Minister.
Yeah. So I will. First of all, I will enjoy all the luxury life because only I got a one chance. I will use all the expensive items that I could eat because every human. One day I can't change the thought of people. First of all, I can't just say fake promises that I will change the thought of the people. In one day, I can't change. So if I get a chance, first of all, I will enjoy the luxury life. First of all, you use all the expensive vehicles like Rolls Royce. My favorite, but I couldn't achieve. But if I get a chance, I would preferably like to ride. And second, if I got a chance, I to change some of the benefit I would give to the poor people, like providing proper foods. If one day if I provide foods to the poor people, it give me a good feeling inside me. I think it could be a better one step to the nation. And second, I will buy lands because it can in future it can may increase the interest in a form of money. In real world, everyone thinking about means own, not about the surrounding. But yeah, I partially I will take all the means enjoy the whole life. Especially I would like to visit the architecture and beauties of the Indias. I will means what say use the all times. I will not sleep all day because I can sleep for the next day, but in that day I will not sleep. I will enjoy the whole day. I will also take the security guard because it shows the royalness of your people. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Toastmaster Laita, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmanjani, for sharing your thoughts on this. So next, would like to volunteer. Is anyone left out?
I can volunteer.
Okay, fine. So your topic would be: are leaders born or made? Are leaders born or made?
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. So leaders can be born or made both. It depends on if you see some of the top leaders, like some leaders are born, some leaders are made. You can take an example of Vivekananda. He was born because he had some previous reincarnation as per Vedic theory, and he had lot of insights, lot of things he knew. So he was born leader. But still we can try to make and we can become a great leader by adopting certain techniques. Like if you try to focus on certain things to motivate other people, to encourage other people, to come up with a better idea which fascinate everyone, then we can become a great leader. To come up with a great idea which will help a mass of people, then we can become a great leader. So I have seen some of the great leaders in current century. I will give just a point of Yogi Adityanath. Why he is a great leader? Because his whole motive is only the success or the benefit or development of Uttar Pradesh. He is motivating, inspiring. All his only purpose is that all persons should be developed. Everyone, he's focusing on each and every area: economic development, personal development, lot of schemes, lot of things he's doing. And he's not focusing on himself. He's inspiring with his speech, with his action. And now he's a lot of 3 lakh crore something, lot of investment has happened in UP, Uttar Pradesh. And I think it's going to, Uttar Pradesh will be #1 state in India because of Yogi Adityanath, and he's going to a future PM of India also. You'll see in 1 or 2 years. Over to you, Toastmaster Lita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. Next, would like to volunteer. I think Ms. left out. Okay, Nazim, would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would you be rather poor and happy or rich and miserable? Would you be rather poor and happy and rich and miserable?
Hello, everyone. My name is Najim Saqib.
Vishal, is it? Okay.
Would you be rather poor and happy or rich and miserable? It's I can't choose between two. If you ask me, would you want your right eye or the left eye? I would not be able to choose one. The whole point of being rich is to be happy. And obviously, they say that money doesn't give you happiness, but certainly to some extent, it is dependent on how much money you have. As they say, it's better to cry on a Rolls Royce than to weep on a cycle. So I would say, as far as I'm concerned and what I have seen in life, I would want both happiness and money, because just money and no happiness is obviously miserable. And with no money, it's quite difficult to be happy. But if there is a basic level of sustenance that I can afford, then probably, yeah, basic level of sustenance and happiness would be what I will choose. I guess that's all I can think of as of now. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this. Next, Toastmaster Vishal, would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, sure, Toastmaster Lalita.
Okay. Is there such a thing called luck? Is there such a thing called luck?
Sure. I believe luck plays an important role, and definitely there is something called luck. Take an example of H-1B visa. Well, the luck matters the most. Unless there is no luck, right? We don't have to do anything. It's just the luck. But yeah, there is some amount of effort which we can do, that to be in a project or that to be in an organization which is US focused, there's the probability of you getting a chance is more. But in the end, the luck matters. Or take an example of our exam days, right? There were many incidents when we just study few questions and we kind of prayed to the God that some of those questions would be common. And we all have seen that luck has played and those questions have appeared. And in some odd days, the luck have not played that much. And that carries the difference, right? From scoring a 40 out of 40 to 30 out of 40. So I strongly believe luck do caters, and that's why probably all of us also praise to God, so that the luck will favor us rather than being against us. So the belief on God, the belief on the surroundings, the ecosystems, everything says that luck does play an important role. And at the same time, I would say luck also favors the brave. So one has to be brave enough so that he can pull everything for its own good, right? So that's my simple take on this key message. Over to you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. So luck and hard work, it should go hand in hand. So next, would like to volunteer. I think I covered most of them. Toastmaster Tanmay?
Sure.
Yes. So your topic would be, do you think Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is good for society?
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. And there could not be a better time to ask this question, because I deactivated Instagram like 3 weeks back. I have not been happier. I have not been on Facebook since a few years now, and I don't think I'm missing anything. The only thing that I'm missing are these songs that I'm already irritated of hearing again and again. If I talk about Instagram or TikTok, because those are the most trending forms of social media right now, what we see is an endless scroll, in which our thumbs are doing more scrolls than our steps in a day. If there is a counter for how much time you're scrolling your screen, I'm pretty sure all of our thumbs would be making like 50,000 or so. But our steps in a day, hardly 1,000, 2,000 a day. So what do you think is something that is present on Instagram that is not there without Instagram? I believe one thing, there are certainly good sides of it as well. For example, Toastmaster meetings. Many of us got to know about this club through social media. And if it would not be social media, we would still not be here. Another advantage is, many of the folks nowadays judge each other basis their social media feed. Now, this comes with both pros and cons. And this is a common thing, because I am in an age where most of my friends are getting married or are in the process of getting married. So what I have observed is, Like one of my friends who was never on any social media is now on Instagram because he was continually rejected by girls because he was antisocial. So that definitely is something, and it does give us a food for thought. Is social media so important that not being on social media is antisocial, while you can be social in your real life? I will leave you with this thought. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. So social media has got advantages and disadvantages. So it is up to us, like how we shouldn't get addicted more to the media and make use of the best things on it. So next, Sankhya, would you like to volunteer? Okay. If you could master any skill overnight, what would it be? If you could master any skill overnight, what would it be?
Since childhood, I was very, very, very introvert. I always had the desire that I have loads of friends, but when it comes to real speaking, I always took a backpack. I always think that, what should I speak? Okay, if I come on topics and maybe he or she doesn't like it, will I be social outcast? Now, this thought of mine lingers on many years, and I was truly a social outcast till the time I joined Toastmasters, I joined improv comedy, and I joined theater as well, side by side. Now, what comes out of that was the ability to speak out, the ability to connect with the audience, the ability to connect with people whom you do not know what they think, how your words are impacting their life. Now, that is the power of the public speaking, whether it's humorous, whether it's motivation, whether it's any kind of a theme of speaking. That the ability of coming out of that kind of a public speaking to influence the audience is something which I am looking forward to, which I'm practicing, but it takes years to master the art, and the more you practice, the more you come up with various levels of perfection. So that is the answer of the public speaking. Over to you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. I think Toastmaster is the best platform for us to overcome this fear of public speaking. So with this, I think I've covered almost everyone. So I'll be closing up the table topic session, and over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, for a great round of table topics. Topics appropriate to the people, like asking Mehul for the book. So that was wonderful. And Mehul, you got the opportunity to promote your book as well. So that's great. Win-win situation. Now, let us talk about today's theme furthermore before we go to our third segment, unknown. When we started this table topics, none of us knew what our topic is going to be. It was unknown. And some of us, like every time you're in this situation, when you are not going to know what's coming towards you until you are there, you fear it. But the moment you are there and the topic is revealed like a mystery, sometimes you are like, oh yes, that's my topic. Like Mehul had this expression on his face. Or sometimes you are like, okay, let me think, what can I do about it? But one thing that is common is we always find a way. Humans have this ability, which is, I think, unique to human race, is that we always overcome challenges by one method or another. And that is what is important. To face the known, the unknown, or anything at all. So yes, that's it. That is the key, to be brave. To not shiver in the face of uncertainty. Because uncertainty is also required to make sure that you are certain about certain things. With this thought, let us move towards the next segment. But before that, do you want another bio break? Water or anything? No. All right. Then let's move toward the next segment of today's meeting, the last segment, which is the feedback session. And for that, I would like to re-invite our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Sankhya. Toastmaster Sankhya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanmay. And now let's begin with the third part of the meeting. That's the general evaluation. Now, in this evaluation, I am going to divide this session into three parts. So the first part will be the evaluation of the speaker of the prepared speech. The second part will be the tag time report. And the third part will be my evaluation of the entire meeting, how it went. Now, to begin with the first part, may I request Toastmaster Vishal to give the evaluation of Toastmaster Abhishek, the speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sankhya. What an amazing and fascinating experience listening to our target speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. It was an energy-packed performance by Toastmaster Abhishek. I was fascinated by the analogy which when Toastmaster Abhishek brought the arrow and mentioned us to think backward and enjoy what's coming forward. That was a fresh analogy for me, and it completely changed the game. So I really liked the way he started with the arrows, with his actions, gestures, and most importantly, the energy that he brought to the table. But we are over here to learn, and I definitely feel there are some scopes of improvement which I would like to share with Toastmaster Abhishek as my target speaker. Toastmaster Abhishek, I believe in your entire speech, there were multiple takeaways for us as audience. And I was a bit confused which is the main takeaway which you wanted all your audience to follow. Is it less effort, more accomplishment? Is it to introspect with the arrow example? Or is it the title that is to take action? I would have definitely loved and would encourage you to pick your one outcome which you want all of us in the audience to follow and hammer it through multiple instances rather than giving lots of takeaways and letting us decide which one we want to pick. So keeping one as the core concept and then hammering it to your listeners would have been amazing. My second recommendation is definitely with your body language. What I found in your case, your shoulder was not like this. It was coming down and it was in a slant way. I would definitely encourage you to work on your shoulder position so that it is straight. It will bring lots of confidence to yourself. Lastly, in terms of body language itself, your eyes were closed when you started the speech, and at certain moments the eyes was closing down. I would definitely encourage to keep your eyes towards the camera in virtual setup so that we all feel the energy and the confidence which you have. At the same time, your hands were coming on the camera like this, which was making your face invisible to us, or it was hiding. So I would encourage you to position your hands in a way that it doesn't hampers your face positioning. Lastly, in terms of recommendation, I would say you invited few audience and asked them some questions, but it appears to me that the answers which some respondents have given or provided doesn't support fully the outcome which you were trying to express. So and the reason could be many, but I would definitely encourage you to pick an audience and then repeat the question once more so that they would be able to support your case when they are responding to your question. So these are the few recommendations. Overall, I would like to mix the response to these recommendations with the energy and the confidence which you bring. The twist, the hand gestures of the arrow, the fresh concepts was something amazing. I would like you to definitely add these recommendations and adopt this in your next speech. That's all from my side. All the best. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. Now to add to Toastmaster Vishal feedback, and first of all, I completely agree with the feedback or the evaluation which you have given. But just to add up to a few points, one is Toastmaster Abhishek. I would say you started off very beautifully. Your voice intonation. Now, specifically, what I really like the opening was the question which you start. What if I tell? So that went on a very high note in the beginning, and then suddenly you drop down. That catches my attention very specifically, and then that is something which was really, I would say, stunning in terms of opening the speech. Your hand gestures, as Toastmaster Vishal rightly pointed out about the bow and arrow thing, was a really good one. But because of the space between the place where you were sitting and the camera, that got not much. You have to struggle with a lot because sometimes that hand was coming front. But I would suggest in this case, if you can not, you should not sit in that because of your gestures, which should give a more impact to the speech, right? So you can stand and you can have a proper distance between the camera and your pace of speaking area. That's one. Secondly, in terms of the voice modulation, so although you started off that that note was very beautiful, I really like it, but however, as you go on in the speech, somewhere I feel that the voice become very monotonous. So that up and down which you really captured the audience, that went down. Maybe you can work on that one, because I see there's a lot of improvement from the earlier when you were speaking, but you have to just concentrate on this aspect. What I would suggest is, when you are giving a speech, you can also record your speech in the video, so that you can analyze your speech, that what went well, and what could have been improved. Also, there is an artificial intelligence called Udly, which is part of the Toastmasters International website. You can use that one as well, and where you will be able to get all the feedback which Udly will be giving to you, right? So that is one of the better way or best way for everyone, to come up and analyze your speech before you come up to the actual platform. Right. So with that, let's give a round of applause to our awesome speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek and Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you.
Super. Now let's move on to our the second part of our general evaluation, which is the tag team report. With that, let me request our timer of the day, Toastmaster Brijesh, to please give the report of the timing.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So for timing report, for his speech, Abhishek, Toastmaster Abhishek taken 6 minutes 42 seconds. And for table topics, Mehul taken 1 minute 4 seconds. Parneet taken 1 minute 45 seconds. Alap taken 1 minute 56 seconds. And Toastmaster Venkatesh 1 minute 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Prajna 1 minute 34 seconds. Toastmaster Suchita 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Chetna 1 minute 53 seconds. Toastmaster Anjani 2 minutes. Abhishek 1 minute 56 seconds. Nazim 1 minute 11 seconds. Vishal 1 minute 32 seconds. Toastmaster Tanmay 1 minute 49 seconds. And Toastmaster Sankhya 1 minute 37 seconds. For evaluation, Toastmaster Vishal 3 minute 40 seconds. That's all. Over to you, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. So is there any disqualify in terms of the timing? Anybody overshoots or spoke lesser than the required time?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Now let me welcome our counter for the day, Toastmaster Pragya.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Shanku. So I'll give everyone the report for the counter. So for the speech, first of all, kudos and congratulations to Abhishek for giving a wonderful speech. And for the speech, there I could record 1 hour and few pauses. And for the coming to the table topics, speakers for Mehul, and 1, so 1. For Praneet, the count for so is 1, 5, like 2. For Allah, and 1, so 2, 1, and like 1. Nazim, and 1, 1. And for Venkatesh, and 4, 2. And for Chetna, so 1, 1. For Sucheta, it is and 2, and 4. For Anjani, it is but 1, 3, and 1. For Abhishek, it is and 1, 1. And Vishal, for the table topics, it is and 1, so 1. Tanmay, 1. Shanko, there were no such filler words that were used for the table topics. For Vishal, coming to the evaluation part, and one and one. So I feel everybody did a great job. So so congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragya. Now let's welcome our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Chetna.
Let me share my screen. Able to view my screen?
Yes, we can.
Coming to the good usage, some of the good usage which I found today was philosophy, pulling the mind backwards, glitter, put less effort and accomplish more, think in a broader way, and golden age used by Toastmaster Abhishek, and drastically was used by Toastmaster Alap, amazing by Toastmaster Pragya, architecture by Toastmaster Anjani, lingers on by Toastmaster Sankhya, recommendation by Toastmaster Vishal, and stunning again by Toastmaster Sankhya. Coming to the not so good usage, it will be stress and strain could be better used as it will be stressful, but then also could be better used as but still. Enjoying in studies could be better used as enjoying my studies. To go someplace could be better used as to go to a place. Today's word of the day was fascinate. The word of the day was used by Toastmaster Sankhya once and Toastmaster Vishal thrice. Thank you.
Sankhya, you are on mute.
I'm so sorry.
Now you have to say everything again.
Yeah, I was completely unknown of the fact that today's meeting was also themed as unknown. So yeah. Okay, so that was a fantastic and fabulous and a fascinating report from our tag team. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Brijesh, Toastmaster Pragya, and Toastmaster Chetna. Lovely. Now let's move on to my third part of today's meeting. So the meeting was started by Toastmaster Lalita as the Sergeant at Arms. So Toastmaster Lalita as a Sergeant at Arms, you took up the meeting role quite nicely. You started off with good gestures. You were very much sure as a Sergeant at Arms that the meeting room is also properly everything is all right before you started off with the meeting. And that was a particular, you put the role as Sergeant at Arms very nicely. Now, in terms of the meeting roles or in terms of the script for the Sergeant at Arms, there is one thing which you also need to add on because you are in a hybrid meeting or on the physical meeting. The important thing whenever there is a change in the role from SAA to the PO or from PO to the TMOD or from TMOD to any other speaker, the important notification is that the speaker on the dais should give a firm handshake to the speaker whom he or she is introducing, right? So when you are introducing Toastmaster Tanmay, so you should give a firm handshake. The handshake should be twice, so welcome to Toastmaster Tanmay, and then leave, and then you should move on. Same goes for Toastmaster Tanmay as well. When he is introducing other speakers on the dais, the firm handshake is it's a mandatory in terms of the Toastmaster meetings. Now, another improvement point is when you are introducing or handing it over to Toastmaster Tanmay, irrespective of the speakers, you have to give a little bit of intro about the speaker. Right? So the introduction could have been added on that. But however, let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Lalita for doing a wonderful job as a Sergeant at Arms. And next, the baton was passed on to Toastmaster Tanmay. So Toastmaster Tanmay, what a wonderful job, as a presiding officer. You are, I would say the model presiding officer one can always expect. So you started off with your engaging questions. So it is instead of saying the Toastmasters history, you started asking the questions. Now, that questions, I found out that, for example, when was Toastmasters started off? So the moment you ask the questions, it becomes engaging. And engaging, why? Because people who do not know, they will feel alerted that, okay, what is that one? Which is that year? And when somebody answers that questions, everybody started remembering it, right? So, okay, this 1924 is when it started. So the next time when you will be asking the questions, everybody will will remind of the dates of the sequence of events which happened. So that came out very beautifully. And you also added up to the speakers in history as well, because it's a 10 years old club. It has been functioning really brilliantly, and it has got so many awards and members, lovely members who are in various facets in the leadership journey as well. So those things were made it very nicely. Plus, the very nicely also taken up the guest introduction as well, so that it's very important to have the guest introduction so that they feel part of the meeting, because many of the guests may have come first or second time in the meeting, and it's always a great pleasure to have other introductions. Next, you you changed your hat over here, and you started off with the Toastmaster of the day. So you started off with a wonderful story about what is unknown. You started off with the questions again. Now, the way you asked the questions was really nice. You didn't put anybody on spot, but it instead become a more engaging one. That what is unknown. Then you come up with a story. What happened when you put up this unknown state in our peer group, and there was a conversation between you and the VP peer. So that was a humorous story, and your subtle add of humor across your entire theme, that was really nice. Because humor is something which, if everybody practices, that gives a lot of audience attention to that one, and you have started mastering that act as well. Kudos to that. Next, you also spoke about the lot of examples and the 3 segments of the meeting. Why are they important? The speech, the evaluation, and the TT. What is the role and what is the significance of each of these segments? So that was very brilliantly done. And so let's give a round of applause to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay. And now the baton was passed on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Lalita. Toastmaster Lalita, you have started mastering the art as well as the table topic master. At the beginning, you explained the rules, that I have found many Toastmaster, table topic master may have missed out. They started off with the topics directly, but very clearly you mentioned what is the table topic, why it is important, how you should speak. And after explaining the rules and also the timing as well, then you come up with the with each of the topic, which was very beautifully engaging as well. Everybody can feel connect to the story. Nobody hesitate to speak on that, because that is one of the powerful way of as a table topic master. Some of the topics which you come up with, what is what one thing that will change the world, then the books about the book, or about the little knowledge can be dangerous, or if you like to have a time travel, what is so all the topics I can see that they are very nicely projected, and it's a topic which nobody will think that, okay, what should I speak on. So as a table topic master, you did a really great job. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Lalita. And with that, I'm into my session as a general evaluator, and I'm passing on the baton to the unknown director and the Toastmaster of the day and the presiding officer, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Sankhya and the tag team. Another day, a job well done. Well, this is how I summarize Sankhya and his job as general evaluator, because he has never failed to deliver on the mark remarks about the meeting. The key points that went really well, and places where we can use some improvement. Thank you, Sankhya and the team, and thank you, our evaluator, Toastmaster Vishal, as well. Now the meeting is heading towards the closure. Before we move towards the closure, let me ask one important question. Because now all the 3 segments are done. You have heard enough of me. You must be hungry now, right? I'm pretty sure like you must be bored as well. So do you have any suggestions for the club? Anyone? Guests, Toastmasters, anyone? If you have any suggestions towards today's meeting in the online setting, offline setting, hybrid, any sessions, any other suggestions, like what can we do to make it better? Please make sure you can speak now, or you can connect with me later as well on my WhatsApp number. I'm pretty sure all of you have the number, right? If you don't, just ping Sankhya. I'm pretty sure you would have Sankhya's number, even if you don't have mine. And you can share your suggestions so that we can improve it further to make it a good experience for all of us. All right. So let me pick some of our guests to take the feedback, and I will start with Mehul. He's the closest one sitting on my left. So Mehul, how was your experience of today's meeting?
Okay, thank you. So I was really excited to come here, and I've had a lot of fun today. It's been a while since I've heard so many opinions, so many people talk and share about themselves. And the only thing that I was expecting when I walked in here, I was expecting a lot more people. So I would request if we could have more people coming in here for future meets, because I am going to give speeches and I don't want to miss it. So that's pretty much all from my end. Everything else is fantastic. Okay, I'll just take it. Yes.
Thank you, Mehul. And about the people, this is the first time in around 2-3 months that this room is such empty. The last time we had to drag the chairs from the other room. I believe it's the summer, because people, like if you have to travel from Whitefield or let's say Koramangala, it's very far. So yes, but yes, definitely we would be looking forward to having more people. Like we are ready to host you. You can get your friends and Toastmasters as well. If you are planning to come toward this side, you can plan your day that you can come here and like enjoy the Bangalore Central as well. For people especially in Electronic City, I know you know who I'm talking about, right? So yes. So that's wonderful, Mehul. Anyone else? Praneeth, Mansi, people online? I see there are no more sessions. All right. Even if you don't have any session right now and you want to connect later, my WhatsApp number is with everyone. Feel free to drop me a message. I will get back as soon as I can. And with this, let me close today's meeting with the bang of this mighty Thor's hammer. And meeting number 321 is now closed. And 1, 2, 3 closed.